All right, so talk about hallucinations. Hopefully this was useful to learn more. And again, you can come ask me later in our booth if you have any questions about that. I wanted to show you one more thing, which is really cool. So there's a kind of emerging thing. You heard about it probably in other talks earlier today, and I heard it also in the the Optum United Health one about Agentic RAG. A really kind of an emerging field, but really cool. And the thing about Agentic RAG is that, related to hallucination, is that, and I'll show it in a minute, is reducing hallucinations matters even more in that space. And I'll share with you why. So this is what Agentic RAG really looks like. You have a user query coming in. And in this case, you have what's called an agent, or a kind of the brain of the Agentic RAG that does all the work. So it is provided a set of tools. A tool could be a Vectara RAG tool that calls Vectara and gets a response, like I showed in the sort of the flow. But it could also be calling an API that you have internally in the company, or an external paywalled API or something like this. You can also call a database and actually run a SQL query on it. So it's really anything you want to define as a function. And what the agent does is, given the user query, it actually analyzes the query, sometimes breaks it down into different pieces, and decides how to answer this query given the tools that it has. So you can call one or more of these tools, combine the answers together, and usually does it in a step-by-step way. And this is where you understand why hallucinations might be problematic, because if step number 2 hallucinates and you have 5 steps, you're kind of compiling the error over time. So it's really, really a problematic situation. But once it gets all the responses, it kind of brings the information together and kind of responds back together. Vectara Agentic is a package we've built. It's open source. You can look at the code, but you can use it. Mostly you probably want to use it, which is just pip install Vectara Agentic. I gave a link to the documentation here. And you can build very complex agents too, but I just, for one slide, I shared here like a one-liner, which is one of the most simple way to use it is you take a RAG pipeline in Vectara and you wrap it around with an agent, which helps it achieve a little bit more superpowers. And so this is how you do it. You just give it your Vectara customer ID, the corpus ID, which is kind of the equivalent of an index, the API key, a couple of information about your agent, and you get an agent you can just chat with right away. So it's really, really cool to do it that way.